Hi, I'm Dr. Laurence from Drive Your Practice. I coach chiropractors from all around the world, and one of the key things that I find a lot is that there's chiropractors who get to a certain point, a certain plateau, and they get stuck. And let's kind of fix this. So one of the key things is that we talk about in strategic coaching that I'm part of, and I was just actually speaking to Patrick Temple this morning and had a great chat with him, and a mutual friend of ours with Dan Sullivan, who's my coach at the moment. He talks about this thing called the ceiling of complexity, and that what he means by that is that every entrepreneur, any business gets to a point where you actually reach a certain plateau. And this is what I see a lot in chiropractic, is that most chiropractors reach a certain point and there's almost a maximum capacity they can actually handle. And for whatever reason, their goal is usually typically out here, but they can never get past this level. And this is what Dan Sullivan talks about, the ceiling of complexity. And it's because what got you from here to here, this level of ceiling complexity would have had another ceiling complexity over here, but they were able to overcome it to this level. But the challenge is actually how to get past this ceiling over here. And the thing is that the level of complexity here and the level of complexity here changes, right? It actually increases in terms of the complexity that they actually have to deal with. I mean, think about when you first started in practice compared to where you are now, that you actually had to go through a couple of key things, is that there's a lot more things to think about. There's a lot more balls to juggle when you're actually in practice. And so there's a lot of things to think about. And in order to make that jump from here to here, you actually have to change a couple of things. You can't be the same level of thinking at this level to get to this level. Okay? And I was talking to Dr. Temple was about, how do successful chiropractors actually accelerate to the different levels, and why do certain chiropractors are able to accelerate to amazing levels where some people, a lot of our profession, get stuck in this stagnant level. And one of the key things and key ideas that we got to think about is that because of the complexity idea, is that they don't know, and they thinking that the same level of thinking here is going to take them to this level, which is the dumbest idea you can think of. Really, in order for you to actually get to this level, you actually have to learn to simplify, right? Because your complexity up here is going to continue to increase. But the thing is that in order to handle that extra capacity, you actually have to simplify, right, your life at this level so that you can allow you to handle bigger complexity. Right? So the key thing is that you need to understand is what can you do in this level to simplify those processes and the procedures and systems and strategies so that you can only just focus on to allow you the time and energy so you can delegate some of these stuff here to allow you to handle bigger complexities up here, because it's going to take extra energy to handle that situation at that point. It's no different than earning, say, $100,000 level. It's going to be a different complexity when you're handling multi-million-dollar companies or multi-million-dollar properties, or what this applies to all businesses. And so my challenge for you is to look at your life. If you're hitting this roadblock and hitting this ceiling and you can't get anywhere, what are some of the complex issues that you're actually dealing with that you can actually simplify down to a T to allow you the time and the energy and the headspace to be able to handle bigger complexity ideas? The second thing is, obviously, what we talked about this morning was having a peer group, right, that actually you can rely on to help you through the ride across this area here. Because if you don't, you can't rely on the same friends and the same peers and the same mentors and the same coaches that got you here and getting stuck. You need someone else to kind of elevate you to another level. Listen, I think that's the simplified version of actually how you get out of the ceiling of complexity. Now, I'd love for you to join me, and I'm happy to teach you. How do you simplify this? Well, listen, I've actually dumbed this down right down to the T to be able to create a system called 2XP. The 2XP Intensive allows you to help you to focus on the key ideas, how to simplify this and automate it so that it allows you to go to that next level. This is what it's all about. That's how you double your practice. That's how you double your passion, because you're now handling things that you're actually excited about, because this is frustrating, this is exciting, and this is what 2XP Intensive is all about. If you want to know about this, I'm coming out to various cities across the world. I'd love for you to join me. It's a one-day intensive where I put all together the best strategies in the world that's working right now in today's age. Go to 2xp.com.au and find out more information. And so since you're watching this video, go put the promo code DRIVE and you get $50 off. And trust me, it's going to be the best one-day intensive that you ever been to, or one-day workshop, because people who've been to it before have literally, like within 4 weeks, have doubled their practices or even sometimes tripled their practice in less than 4 weeks. They've also basically tripled their amount of new patients that come in to see them. Why? Simply because they were able to apply some of these strategies and implement them quickly. All right, I'm Dr. Laurence Tam to Drive Your Practice. Go check it out. 2xp.com.au. I'd love to see you there. Take care.